Good morning. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make melodies for someone like NARDO WICK. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I find useful is to find a sound that's kind of unique and just sounds like kind of weird, right? So I found this sound out of Analog Lab. It's basically a guitar, but it kind of has like a weird little twang to it. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, it's a guitar, but it just sounds just kind of evil, pretty much. And you know, with NARDO WICK and this kind of sound, you know, it sounds like you want to go punch a baby type evil. So we're gonna have that kind of sound right there. So this is the melody right here. So yeah, that's the melody. And the reason that this works for evil sound is for a couple reasons. First thing is repetitive, and so it's a catchy melody, like da 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 da, like so catchy, so simple. And the next thing is having these notes right here that are right next to each other, because when you have notes like that, it's gonna build tension and it just sounds a lot darker. You know, it sounds like you're running from like freaking Chucky or something like that. So that's what we're going for. So for effects, we have on a delay, very simple delay on a 1 preset. So pretty much just like a very quick delay. Then we have on the EQ, of course, to cut some of the low end. Then next, you know, usually in dark melodies for people like NARDO WICK or 21 Savage or whatever, it's usually gonna be like a low instrument that's either like a piano or like a brass. In this case, I went for a brass, and Expand has some of the best brass for real, not gonna cap to you. So I went to the producer brass and just lay down this very simple bass line. Yeah. That sounds good, don't it? All right. So, you know, you gotta have on the EQ just to boost like a little bit of a pube hair of a mid frequency. Very simple, okay? Like, you know, with melodies like these for real, you can get complicated, but if you want to make it simple, you can still do a great job at making a melody with it. So, next thing that we got is Omnisphere. And what I said before about, you know, choosing unique and weird sounds, it's definitely gonna come in handy right here. So I went to Omnisphere and I grabbed a little guitar. It's like a rock and roll guitar type of sound, doubling power chords. I say, you know what? You know, I don't really hear rock and roll guitars and you know, dark melodies like that often for us. I say, you know what? Might as well use it. So I got this little thing right here. We got that. All right. Then for effects, it sounds very different. Yeah, on first you gotta have on a guitar rig on an SW preset. I forgot what it does, but it does sound pretty cool. Then a portal, which if you're making dark melodies, portal is definitely a great resource to have. So with those effects, it sounds like this. So it's almost like a gate mixed with like a, I guess like a chorus effect, but you know, it sounds very different from an actual guitar, you know? All right, so the next thing that we did was layer. You know, of course I'm gonna layer like every time, you know, it's kind of a necessity. So pretty much we got Omnisphere again, and I went for like a little plucky type of sound. So Fairlight 80s plucker is a very nice sound for real, and this is what I laid out. So that's what the effects, but without effects, it sounds like this. And then, you know, first I don't know, halftime. Halftime definitely makes stuff sound a lot darker for real. So at halftime, then the EQ took out the lows. Then last but not least, we got the sound out of Analog Lab. It's like a little bit of a lead. Actually, yeah, it is a lead. So we got this lead called Aftertouch, and pretty much I just laid out like a very simple pattern. This one I kind of played it by ear, just like, you know, just some random melody. It doesn't have to be that good because I'm gonna show you what I did in a minute. But yeah, this is what it sounds like. So the main important thing for me was to make sure that it was repetitive and catchy. So what I did, right? First, I'm gonna show you what it sounds like. So yeah, that sounds very different, doesn't it? First thing I did was first, you know, I reversed it, of course. So at first it was like this, and then I reversed it. Then I added on this little preset from this free kit from this producer named Max Sugar 49. So pretty much if you want this kit, go to his page and go to his website. He has like a good amount of free kits. But yeah, so first it's a halftime, right? Have on a halftime. They have on this patcher preset, which has all these stuff on it. I don't know what it does, but it makes it sound good. I got this little thing right here too at a patcher. I guess it's like a reverb or whatever. Have on an EQ, flanges, chorus, and reverb. And like I said, it came from this kit from Max Shooter 49, and which is free. And they have a version where you can use stock plugins for the presets, so it's definitely fire. So pretty much now with everything put together, it sounds like this. This melody's pretty good, but it's not the end destination. So like I said previously, to make dark melodies, good tools to reverse them, right? So that's pretty much what I did, and it came out a lot better than the original melody in my opinion. So I'm gonna show you what I did. So first, I reversed it. Now that's okay, but it's not, the end goal. So when you about to flip a melody, if you just reverse it, it won't always solve, it won't always make the melody sound good. You're gonna still have to process it afterwards. So pretty much, you wanna go to audio editor. Then you want to go to this little teardrop right here. It's gonna say blur. So you click on blur, and then it's gonna make it to where I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna click preview. You want to blur like a good amount for real to get basically rid of those little hard transients, the little you want to make that into where it's like more softer, you know what I mean? So after we reverse it and then blur it, we get this right here. So that's okay, but it's not the end result yet. So as I said before, we got reversing, and then we got halftime. Both of these little, little things right here can definitely help you make a dark melody. So we got a halftime, then of course we got an EQ to cut out a lot of the lows and some of the highs. So we get this. So now that's sounding good, but it still sounds a little bit empty. So what I like to do for melodies like these is to copy the exact same like main melody that I flipped and just put it up an octave. So we got this right here. And for that, I have on pretty much the same effects, but instead of adding on a micro shift, which is a chorus plugin, and then some ROM so it can sound a little bit more, reverberated pretty much. So we get this right here. Now, remember how I said, sometimes we might add a low piano or a brass? We're gonna do that right here. This time we're gonna add a piano. So we got this piano out of Nexus and it sounds like this. And then another thing I said too, about having notes that's close to each other. You see that right there? You see that? You see that? Okay. You take notes. This, I'm not just saying this, just to say it. Okay. So we got that. Now, last but not least, we got arcade. And I think that going to the ethnic section of arcade is gonna help you every time, especially Passport. They have like the wildest flutes, little trills and all that good stuff. They got all that stuff. So this is what we use out of arcade. Yeah, and that's how we get this. So with a beat, it sounds like this.
It's tear time.
Thank you for me to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that, learned something from it. If you did, go ahead and tickle that like button, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and molest that subscribe button. All that good stuff for real. But yeah. Let me know what you want to see next. Follow my socials at TLaron. Drink your water and have yourself a good day. Peace.